Hello, I'm Stacey Allen, and I'm going to be going over double standards women deal with. For our introduction, we're going to be going over facts about double standards against women. We're going to discuss why double standards are an ongoing problem. And finally, we're going to review suggestions to help overcome double standards. A few main double standards to start with. Women's reactions are often viewed as emotional. Women are perceived as the housekeepers and are judged more critically because of that mindset. Women are thought to react more to another's view of them. Women that are not in a committed relationship are thought of as promiscuous. And women that do not have children are looked at as selfish. Some facts about double standards. Media hype builds a lot of the double standards against women. Less than 3% of major companies are ran by women. When we look at that, that's a very small number when we think of how many companies there are out there and how many women we do see in a position of power. Even though 81% of men in a recent survey said they worry about the appearance of their homes, the women are still the ones judged for how their home actually appears. Standards are changed for women attempting to complete the Marine Corps infantry course over a man's typical test that he has to take. Let's break down the issues now. When women become involved in an issue, they are viewed as emotional because others don't agree with their views. I feel this is something that happens quite often. If you're in a group full of men or even other women, and you say something that you feel is a valid point, you're passionate, you're involved in the discussion, someone doesn't agree with it, a lot of times the answer towards a woman is to say, "Oh, you're just being very emotional. Let's move on with someone that's more level-headed." This is often because they just don't agree with your point of view. Women are the main focus of weight loss commercials, therefore they are viewed as easily influenced. This is something that is very common anymore, especially not even just commercials, but online. We see ads where women are shown as frumpy and overweight, and suddenly there's a magic cure, and they are the perfect example of what a woman should be in someone else's eyes. And all of a sudden they're going out and they have friends and they're happy. Same with the weight loss commercials. They learn how to eat right, they lose weight, and they're happy. I think this is something that is a very big double standard. Women that are overweight are considered to be not able to make good decisions, not able to keep good clientele, where men, even if overweight, are able to smooth talk and keep a very large clientele. Men date many women at once and are respected by peers. Women, on the other hand, date men, and suddenly there's an issue with their judgment and stating that they aren't a good character. Women that are not mothers are thought to be incomplete, but men without children are thought to be career-driven. Alright, now one last point on that before we move on. A lot of the times, I don't know how familiar you guys are with watching any episodes online of like CNN or reading the articles, but a lot of women are choosing to freeze their eggs, and they want to be career focused and have their career be established, and either they then have a child when they are at a point where they're established in their career. A lot of people are turning to surrogates. Also, a lot of couples are now choosing to be childless. I really think this is something that we need to look at and accept as a change in the times instead of making this a double standard. Now, some changes that are going to help remove the double standard. Have equal amounts of women involved in media coverage as men. When I was doing my research for this project, I found it very funny that men are mainly the ones doing the media reports against women, or part of the paparazzi that are claiming women are unstable and emotional and react without any care. I think men should go through an emotional intelligence program. When I started the business program here at College of St. Mary's, we did something that was for emotional intelligence, learning how to know when you're using your emotions, how to control that, and how to then shift back into that professional mode. I think if men went through that, or just anyone in the workplace really, that would help everyone involved to know when each person is being emotional, whether it's women being emotional to an issue and they need to be professional and separate that, or men being emotional because they don't want a woman to have the better idea and know when to separate that. I think a woman should be judged based on her work and not based on her appearance. Again, this is something that is a double standard. It's also just a sexist thing that seems to happen. But I think that anyone, especially a woman, when they're being judged, should be judged on their work. Whether you are fit and petite, or you're overweight, or you're shy or outgoing, none of that should matter. Your work and the return you get on results is what should be judged. I think an outside party should perform reviews to eliminate influence, especially that influence based on personal life. It's human nature that we're going to talk. We're social creatures. People are going to want to know about your family, your personal life. And if that seems to be something that causes a double standard and holds you back, I think having a third party come in, that they review whether you get a raise, whether you get a promotion. There aren't any hard feelings, and I think that helps remove that double standard. In conclusion, we reviewed our main double standards that are present today. We went over why they exist, broke down some of the issues into statistical numbers, and went over possible changes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message, and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.